Hello and welcome to Creating Cards with Alexandra. I'm Alexandra, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today we're going to make a card with a few items from online exclusives. Now what this means is these items are not in any current catalog, meaning the annual catalog or the new mini catalog, but they are directly on the Stampin' Up! Webpage and they are under the tab Online Exclusives. There are a bunch of items on there, so I really encourage you to check them out. The one that I'm going to be using today is Growth Takes Time. This is a beautiful stamp set. And then also, this is actually a returning embossing folder from last year. This is called the Fall Leaf 3D embossing folder. And then we also have the Radiating Stitches dies. So I'm going to be using this medium frame. There's a small, this medium, and then the very large one. Hearts and circles, all with that stitching on them. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have the standard size 8.5 by 4.25 Lost Lagoon cardstock, folded in half. And then I have a piece of Lost Lagoon. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I took that pretty peacock. This is a 3 by 4 inch panel, and I ran it through with this leaf. I believe it's called Leaf Fall 3D embossing folder. It's either Leaf Fall or Fall Leaf. So we're going to adhere that at the top. And then we also have a 1 by 4.25 inch gold, and we're going to stick that on there. And then this paper pack is called, let's see, this is the Glorious Gingham, and this has, I believe, 5 colors. We're going to use the Pretty Peacock, but it has the Lemon Lime Twist, I believe, Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, and Pecan Pie. So it's this large pattern on one side and then the small on the other. So this is just a cool little basic paper pad to have. All right, so we're going to go ahead and adhere all these down on this panel. You could actually just put it directly on your card, but I like to have this panel on there. It just makes your card a little more substantial, a little more rich looking, for lack of a better word. It looks more professional. Why don't we just say that? That sounds nice. All right, so we get these all lined up. And this one's going to go just a little bit over the sides. Okay, and then that's going to go on our card panel like this. Okay, and then we have, let's see, our Growth Takes Time. We have this large tree. So we will, condition our cardstock here with our embossing buddy. And then use our Versamark ink to ink up this tree very well. Actually, I'm going to bring in a scrap of paper. So I can pour this gold embossing ink after I stamp it, of course. Okay. Stamp that down. And I'm leaving just a little bit of room at the bottom of this frame because we're going to stamp our sentiment at the bottom. So I want just a little room down there. Okay. Tap that off. Okay, that looks good. Go ahead and heat emboss this. That's set. All right, that looks good. So then I have my inks here. I have Parakeet Party and Pretty Peacock, and I'm just going to color these leaves here and there with both of these inks. Now to do that, I just kind of press on the pad, and it will leave a little spot on the base of this ink pad. And then I have my water brush, and I'll just kind of squeeze it to make sure that that brush is a little damp. And then I'll just start picking up this ink. And this is really easy. I mean, since it's embossed, the color pretty much stays inside those leaves. So I'm just being pretty quick about this. So you could make multiples of this card, I think, in pretty small amount of time. Okay, let's do one up there. And then I'm going to bring in the Parakeet Party. I'm not big on this green, but I do like it for these leaves. So just real quick going in there. And this, of course, will dry pretty instantly just because there's hardly any water on my brush. You could use markers for this instead if you wanted to. Okay. And I'm not even going to worry about the tree itself. I'm just going to keep that naked looking. Just get the leaves done. Okay. And then I'm going to take a lot of that water, make sure that's flowing, and I'm going to pick up just a little bit of this color. Just give it a quick wash on the bottom, just so the tree is grounded a bit. Okay, so that is what we're left with. It's so pretty. I love that. The shine of the gold embossing powder and then just little pops of color. All right, so actually let's just let that dry just a minute. I'll get the inside. Actually, why don't we'll actually go ahead and adhere this onto our card front. Okay, and then there's a little bit there, so I will cut that. Not that I think anybody would really notice it, but I notice it. Oops. And then the inside piece, since this is a dark cardstock, I usually put a white sheet on the inside, even on white, just again for more of a substantial card. Okay, you could put a little piece of that gingham DSP on the bottom, but I'm just going to leave that. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Pretty Peacock. Make sure that's dry. Yep. And then I have just a note, and these are really cute, from the Inked and Tiled. The lots of love, hello friend, thank you, congratulations, happy birthday. So I want just a note. I like to have just some pretty plain sentiments to have around. Okay, and then we are going to grab, let me see, I forgot my linen thread. Let me grab that real quick. Sorry about that. And then I'm going to wrap this around 3 times, kind of at the base of the tree. That needs to be longer because I'm going to do a bow on this. Going to be adventurous and do a bow instead of a knot. Let's see if I can do that. You could do this tree in a bunch of colors too. I mean, if you wanted to do for the spring, you can do the bright green and maybe, actually you could do all green for spring, I guess. Maybe some more browns or oranges for the fall. Okay, I'm gonna put just a little bit of tape down there. Make that bow stay where I want it. There we go. All right. And then we're going to pop up this piece. With our dimensionals. And then we're going to place this in the middle of our card front. Just like that. And then let's finish it off with some little dots. These are my brushed metallic adhesive back dots. And we're going to go for the gold. I think I'm going to put one here. And here. And maybe one right down here. Balance it out. So there we go. We have a pretty fallish looking card with that pretty peacock and Lost Lagoon. So I hope you liked this today. Thank you for sharing your time with me. If you enjoyed this video, please give me the thumbs up, comment, and subscribe for future videos. And I will have all of the items linked in the description below. Again, this is in the online exclusives on the Stampin' Up! Page. So I thank you again. Have a joyful day and join me tomorrow. I'm going to have a Halloween card for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.